YouTube land. How you doing? My name is Malek. Beth. Welcome to my brand new, I don't know what I'm going to call it. It's probably going to be a visual podcast. We're going to figure it out. But the name of the program is called What You Got Baking Over There? And this is basically an interview podcast or series where I'm going to be interviewing my friends. Some people I may not know. Some people I do know. And I'm going to get in their business. That's basically what it's about. So this is the premiere episode. I'm so excited. And, you know, it's a big episode. So, you know, I had to do something big and bring somebody on here that has a big personality. Oh. So I cannot wait to introduce this wonderful person that I met last year that we'll talk about. She is a artiste, not an artist, an artiste. Creative, talented, a mother, I don't want to say new grandmother, but you know, she's a grandma too. Grandma too, and the host of Cookie Life Network, where you get to know all of the Cookie Life access on Instagram and social media. That's literally what I put in my mind. I want everybody to give a big, warm welcome to Beth, all the way from Mississippi, also known as the Vanillan.
That was a great introduction. Thank you, Malek. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. I know when I brought this up,
excited to be on the premiere episode.
The premiere. Look, I know you're gonna be bragging. That's just all I know. She's gonna be bragging from now. She'll be like, "Do you know who I am? I was on the premiere episode. What you got banging over there?
What you got banging over there?"
And I have to record that. What you got banging over there? So. First off, how are you doing? How's everything going? You know,
I am doing great. I'm great.
She's so cheerful this morning. I'm just like, I was telling her her energy. I'm like, you know, I got the energy this morning. You know, we just getting started. This is brand new, so I'm gonna get into it. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. When I asked you, you jumped on in, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And then you picked the first day of recording. So I was like, it's episode 1 at this point, so that's fine with me. I ain't that, so that's not a problem, okay? Real quick, I do want to touch on, there's going to be questions in here, but I'm just going to ask you a quick question. Do you remember the first time that we met?
Were we at Dallas Cookie Con?
Yes, Dallas Cookie Con.
Were you dressed up as a cowboy? I think.
I still have that hat, actually. It's in my bedroom. Man, so I should have worn it for this. Anyway, but I do remember meeting you, and I just remember seeing how excited you were. I don't know if you was excited of everything, or you were just, I just remember walking up to the Cut It Out Cutters booth. And then I'm like, I just hear like laughing, like loudness. I'm like, but it was in a good way. I was just like, oh, what's this? And then I came and you were just talking to the customers and you were just like, yeah, you want to get any more head? And you did. I'm like, oh. I say, who is that? And you literally looked at me and you saw me and I saw like the hesitance to not leave, to run for me. And I was like, no, stay over there. And you got to come over. You was like checking and you was like, whoa! Oh my God! And I just remember that attitude.
You and I had talked. I mean, we had been talking, we've been friends, but we had not been real life. We hadn't seen each other.
We've been mad.
Yes.
And I think I knew you were coming, but like for some reason I forgot you were coming because there was just so much going on. So when I showed up, I was like, oh yeah, she's here. Let me show up. And I'm just standing there and I was like, let me see when she's gonna notice me. I had tapped Jessica because she was standing right there. I was like, and she looked at me like, who the hell is touching me? And then she was like, Mom! And then I saw you and it was just, so ever since then you have been like a bright light in the universe. And like you have this spirit that's just like, God, it's just, you know. So I cannot wait to get in your business. I know all y'all over there like, Malek, look, I'm nosy. Okay, can't nobody tell me what I can and cannot do because I love to be nosy and laugh to ask people. If it ain't gonna be me, who else is gonna be me? And they signed the consent form, so it's gonna be all right. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go straight into the icebreaker round, which I'm gonna have everybody do. It's just to, you know, get any jitters. I don't feel like we have any jitters right now, but some people, you know, they do.
Jittered up, man. I'm jittered up. All this sweet tea. And I'm coming off being sick, so you got to excuse me. I sound like a trucker that's been smoking 3 packs a day, and I may have to cough, but you just have to excuse me. I am finally coming around the corner there. Whew.
Yes, I remember like when you were, and I was like, oh my God, it looks like she's okay. Like,
Yeah.
and we're gonna talk about when Jessica filled in for you. That's part of this time.
God, Malek.
That was who I was over here like.
That
she might need to sign a W-9 because she might need to get hired. I think she might need to get hired. That was like a good thing. Anyway, let me just get right into the icebreaker round. So it's going to be different games on each episode for those of you watching. And today I'm going to be playing with Beth, bop or flop. If you do not know what that is, it's basically yes or no. I have about 4 categories, and strangely, they all start with the letter P. And I swear to you, I did not plan that. I just thought of 2 things, and then I was like, oh, might as well match it. You know, that's not a problem. So I'm going to give you a thing, and you're going to tell me, bop, if you agree, you like it, you mess with it, or flop, nah, that ain't my juice, I don't like that. And if you want to elaborate, we can talk more about that.
So we're not timed or anything, right?
Huh?
We're not timed or anything, right?
No. No, it's not time. I would never rush you. No. All right, so the first thing, I'm just going to start out, because we talked about this, Popeyes. And I mean Popeyes chicken.
Oh, bop.
Bop all the way up. Yes. Oh my goodness. What is your favorite? Like, what is your typical order? Like, you know, let me act like, hello, welcome to Popeyes. How may I take your order?
Yes, sir. I would like a spicy chicken breast with a biscuit, and I want some a side of mashed potatoes and gravy.
Ooh. Well, she was specific. She said that's. I thought you were gonna say spicy chicken sandwich. She said no, I want spicy chicken breast. I make sure it's big. I'm not. Don't give me don't skim on that. Okay, I got
Yeah.
What up?
And you know it comes with a biscuit. You know, a breast comes with a biscuit. So the butter biscuit. I mean, you can't. Yeah, we bop and all that.
Do you put honey on your biscuit?
No, unless I'm going to Whataburger and getting a honey butter biscuit.
Oh, I should have seen that. Whataburger. Damn. I'm gonna put that in there. Whataburger over anything. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Okay, next. This is why I said this is weird, but I just have to go with it. Pennsylvania.
Okay, this is nuts, Malik. This is nuts. Let me tell you why. Because I leave this Thursday going to Pennsylvania. Let me tell you why that's so crazy. So my mother is a travel nurse. Shanae is what I call my mama. So Shanae is a travel nurse, and her 13-week stint is up. You know, she goes somewhere different for 13 weeks. And it's up this weekend. This Friday is her last day. So I fly up on Thursday to fly into Pittsburgh. And then we're going to go down the East Coast and see my brother and then come back through to Mississippi.
Wow.
That's crazy. So I'm bop.
Literally, I just put that out. I was like, I just needed another P word. And
I cannot believe you said that. That's crazy.
I'm a psychic, y'all. Where's the lottery numbers? How psychic over everybody, but I can't get the lottery numbers. What? Sorry, this is about me. My bad. Okay, next one. Pineapples on pizza. I asked everybody this question, and I'm
okay with it. I'm bopping it.
No comment.
I'm okay with it. It's not my favorite, but it's not the worst thing.
At a party, you could deal with it.
But it's not my favorite. I'm a supreme kind of guy.
Ooh. Nah, you got me back. You won me back. Okay, and then last but not least, which I know you love so much, Paw Patrol cookies.
Malek. I know this is a family show and I can't cuss, but I hate I hate Paw Patrol cookies. And let me tell you, when we get done with this interview, do you know what I have to do?
Paw Patrol cookies?
The Dinosaur Rescue Paw Patrol. I don't know, but I told this, this is crazy. So this lady asked me if I could do Paw Patrol cookies. And I immediately said, no, ma'am, I cannot. I'm sorry. I hate those little things. I cannot stand them. I said in the order, because I booked 5-6 months in advance. So the people that are on my books, I got to do them, they've already paid. And I was like, ma'am, I'm getting through these Paw Patrol ones that I've got on the books, and then I'll never do another one of those things again. And she was like, oh, please. I mean, this lady I don't know this lady from Tom's House Cat. And she said, would you please?
You see why I love her so much. She said, I don't know this lady. She could have said, I don't know this lady from a Peter King. I mean, you know what? She got me this.
And I'm just like, for the love of butter, I cannot make any more of these cookies. And she was like, can we just do like bones and paws? And I was like, if I don't have to draw that dang dog, any one of those dogs, I'll do it. And she was like, all right, thank you.
So that's what you don't like about it. Is it just Paw Patrol or is it character cookies like in general?
Character cookies in general, really, except for me. I love Mickey and like the villains. I think it's just Paw Patrol because I hate those things. Yeah, I hate them.
I just remember that. So I was like, that was literally the first thing I had right now. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. No, this the flop.
No, let's be clear. No, it's just.
Let's be real. Let's be crystal clear about this. Flop.
If anybody's watching and you love Paw Patrol, your child wants Paw Patrol, reach out. She love to take your order. Okay.
My number flashes across the bottom of the screen.
Down now. I will edit it. Down now. Instagram below. And in the next 15 minutes, she will throw in.
We'll throw in.
Extra nothing. Why not? Yeah.
Look, your pilot episode gonna get canceled. You have people call me about Paw
So
Patrol.
so that was for Bop or Flop. It was easy, Did you feel like a little relaxed? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. We got this. Yeah.
It's weird how all of that came into being and it was relating to what's happening in reality.
Crazy. It is crazy. I mean, you did a great job with the peas. I know. Look, Chip. If this dog goes crazy, I have a little baby Chip. He is a 3-pound little Yorkie who thinks he's like a Great Dane, but there's a squirrel that taunts him outside the window who knows he can't come outside. And that squirrel will tease the heck out of him. And Chip may go crazy. And if he does, I apologize in advance.
You're fine. No problem. We love distractions. I don't know. Wait.
Look.
Like this cute distractions. Oh my God.
Oh, he's a distraction, all right, aren't you, Chip? He said, hey to Malek.
Come home to me.
He's so bad.
All right, so I'm just gonna go right into it. Want to ask you? I have I think it's like 7 questions. Okay. Some are personal, some are professional, and some are just like unique because I just want to know. So I do remember the last time we had spoke or encountered each other was Instagram Live. I was painting Megan Thee Stallion, and you were painting a fried egg. I almost said a rotten egg. Oh my God.
A fried egg, yep.
That's not what I'm expecting. So you were painting a fried egg cookie, and we got to know a little bit about each other then, but then I was just like, you revealed me some information that I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute. So I have to ask.
Okay.
Well, let me just go to the basics first, because I'm jumping the gun. I'm nosy. I want to know right about the mortgage company, but we're going back a little bit. So the first question I'm going to ask you is your name on your business is called the Vanillan.
The Vanillan.
Where did that name come from? Like, how did that come about?
Okay, so when I was doing some rebranding, because it was the Vanillan company, and I was talking to Jessica, because Jessica is, I don't know, we have these creative sessions where we just feed off of each other. And it typically happens when the wind changes, like when the October wind starts blowing, something happens to us and we feel like we need to create stuff. I don't know why. But anyway, often we will have these just little powwow sessions. And I was like, Jessica, I've got to come up with something that's catchy, but yet, because she knows we're huge Disney fans. I'm a huge Disney fan, always have been.
I've noticed.
And yeah. And she was like, I've got it. And I'm like, oh God. I mean, when she says something or when she calls me, she's like, Beth, I got an idea. I'm like, oh God, let me sit down and get my pen and paper. And because some are good and some are not, so you just really never know,
That's the process. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the process.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, oh God, Jessica, what is it? And she was like, the vanillin, like the villain. And I'm like, what? I was like, wait a minute. It's like, okay, the vanillin. And then we just kept like all day. I'm like, the vanillin. Okay. And then she's like, go check your email. And I was like, what? She had designed the logo. And when I saw the back of the Evil Queen, I was like, oh, I am the vanilla.
You sold. That was sold you. Oh my goodness. So had you not seen that, you still would have been, repeating that, like if you having a baby. Like, because I feel like that's what we're doing when you have a business and we're trying to think about it.
Yeah.
Like, at this time,
yes, I know, right? Right. Yeah, I'm the vanilla. Yeah, no. And then once I embraced it, I loved it. I fell in love with it. And I'm like, Jessica, I mean, it's so me. She did a great job.
So like going into that more elaborate, you consider yourself a villain? Because you just said that's you. So I'm like,
well, okay. So let me tell you where I got that from. So Shanae is my mother, and she is the sweet, y'all. She is like a Southern Martha Stewart. Like she is sweeter than sweet tea and cooler than the other side of the pillow. But everybody that knows Jennifer, my mother, Shanae, thinks that she is just hung the moon, right? Well, I always tell people, because she raised me and I know her, you know what I mean?
Right.
I always tell her that horns hold up her little halo. So she an angel, but the little horns hold it up because she got a little devil in her now. And so I feel like that's kind of like me too. I mean, I'm sweet, but I mean, I got, and I do love the villains, because a lot of times if you like Maleficent, some of the main villains, they started out being good and they had something bad happen and they've got great quotes, yet they just need to be led back to the right path. You know what I mean?
Right. I love that you say that, because I feel like I was that kid that was watching Disney and did not give a damn about the protagonist at all. I'm like, the Lion King, Simba, I don't care about Simba. Like, I'm sorry, Mufasa, what happened to Scar? Where's Scar at? Whatever. I feel like I like Ursula, Cruella de Vil. Like, I was like, oh, and then as I got older, I was like, I really hope they start making movies that would talk about that character instead of because it's so typical when you really think about a story or any story, it's always the good person. And I'm like, it's always the good person saving the day. I want to know about the bad person. Why did the person become why they are? So I feel like I can relate to that. And when Cruella came out,
I know.
Disney did their thing with that. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I want to understand the psychology of why they became who
I know, right?
Like, yeah, go ahead.
It's the same thing. Like, I'm a huge football fan. I don't know if you watch football or not, but I love football, Malek. And it's the same thing. So sports day, I watch it every Saturday morning at 8:00, and they always show these sad stories. I pull for the underdog always, and I can't help it. I will find myself cheering for some poor child that I just watched a story on and hate that team, or have always hated that team. And now I am pulling for this child. It's the craziest thing. I love a good underdog story, you know?
It's amazing because it's something different, and like I said, it's not typical. So it's like, like finally something to talk about that would be interesting. So you're not like assuming the same thing over and over and over. So I just love certain things. So I was just curious because I was like, the name Vanillan, and I saw the Evil Queen, and I was like, want to know. So shout out to Jessica, since she played a big.
Yeah, Jessica came up with the Vanillan.
I'm sure she's bragging on that. She probably like, I need my 10%.
I told you. Beth, I told you.
She's gonna be in the comments coming in talking about. I thought yes. See that happening. Okay, so the next question that I have for you, since we've already known where your name comes from, what got you started into cookies or baking or in the industry of creating beautiful art, edible art? Like,
Jessica. Yes. Okay. So I know it's the craziest thing. Okay. So art has always been a part of my life. Always. Back, I can remember being at Vacation Bible School when I was really young, and them like just the art part of it. Like, oh my gosh, I couldn't wait. Anyway, and it's always been a part of my life in some shape or form. It's not always been in the forefront, but it's always been on the side or doing something art, something with art. So I had actually had a mural business. I had a business called Pot People. I owned the domain potpeople.com, and it had nothing to do with marijuana. It was actually clay pots that were stacked on top of each other, 5 high, to make little people. And so art's always been in my life. But when Jessica, I don't remember, Jessica and I always cooked together, and we always created whatever we were making together, and she started the cookies, and I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but it wasn't. I think it was Royal Icing Cookies, because I think she worked at Heritage House, which was a like bakery in Tuscaloosa,
Oh,
and I think that's where she started the Royal Icing Cookies. I'm not for certain, because we used to do cookies that we would use the cookie cutters, cut out the cookies, but we would paint with we would take egg yolks, and we would put the egg yolk in a cup, and we would color the yolk like red, yellow, whatever colors we made,
that's
and
good.
we would paint it on top of the raw dough. And then when it baked, it would bake, and it was shining because the yolk. It was the craziest thing. And we did those for Christmas. So this was before the royal icing, craze. Jessica and I have been baking for a hot minute. And like,
Like, I've never seen that before. But wow.
really, I'll have to send you a picture of some that we did at Christmas one year.
Yeah, that was good because I put it in there. Some
Yeah.
people were like,
He throw it in there. Yeah.
yes, that's interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jessica, once again, she's going to be honest in these comments. Jessica, if you watch this, record this, put it on your stories, and be like, I told you so. I already know. She watching like, better give credit when credit is due.
Yeah, because something about the cookies, it just fit. It was a marriage that just worked, and I became addicted, because people are like, yeah, we can't do this on canvas. Like, yes, we've done it on canvas, we've done it on wood, I've done it on walls, I've done it on, name something, I done painted it. But the cookie, for whatever reason, makes me happy.
It's very therapeutic. Like something about cracking eggs. I don't know if that's anger management, but when you just and just beat this.
Yes.
It feels very good. I'm just like in love with it. Do you remember your first cookie that you ever made? That like I meant to say.
My first like royal icing cookie.
Yes. Oh, and like very, very the first time you tried it, I guess. So when you was like, oh, okay, it looks good.
Yeah, the first time I tried it, it was actually one of Jessica's cutters that she made, and it was one of her first cutters, and it's a small little frappuccino cup that had like a whip on top.
It's good.
It was horrible, and I did like some wet on wet dots on them. And I had no idea that it was called wet on wet at the time or what it was, but the dots were not dots. They were more like ovals, because it was about to run off the cookie. So half of them were hanging off. I mean, it was a hot mess. Yeah.
Because you didn't have the right amount, or I guess, what is it? Like there's a ratio. Like we have.
Oh, there is. I had way too much flood on on the flooded part. And then I go adding dot. Let's put some more on it, and then it starts sliding off, and now they're no longer dots. They're like, woo.
Yeah, because when we watched the videos, they didn't tell us, oh, only add just one light layer. Like we thinking, oh, the whole thing. Because we're not thinking that we're icing spreads after putting it on. So after we're like, oh, cool. And then we're adding more of our icing, and then them colors, they're not,
right.
the dots becomes ovals and oblong shapes, and you're like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
It's
What's
not-
going on? And you don't, I mean, you just and I have not figured out your whole thing. To me, half of your problem is once you figure out your royal icing, you're golden. And until you figure that out, you're just still a hot mess. I mean, you can still know techniques, but if you don't have that icing down, good luck.
Oh my goodness. I remember when I first tried it, I was already decorating cakes for like, I want to say 8 years at this point. So I'm thinking like, oh, okay, it's like buttercream, that's that, whatever. I tried that thing. It looked good, but then it spread. And it literally, like, you couldn't even see the cookie. The icing, it's icing at this point that covered the entire thing. And I was like, oh, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. This is not for me. I'm never doing this again. Hell no. Like, what? Never in my life. Just the same way you said Paw Patrol. No. People were like, well, icing cookies. I'm like, no, that's never happened in all. You could order this cake though. That's what you could do. No. So, but like you said, once you get to understand, like, you're in love with it. And I had to take a class. And then once I understood the class, I was like, I get it. I get it now. Okay, this is easy. And then painting on it is a whole nother thing. It's like, woo! I'm like, so yes, but that's good. That's good to know that that's how you started with that. I've always wanted to know because I was just like, I like to understand the mental process of how, a vanilla and okay. Oh, and speaking of with your name, you did say you did mention you're a Disney fan, a big Disney fan. Do you have like, I don't know if I should say favorite, maybe top 3, maybe that'd be easy on you. Disney movies?
Oh God.
Or productions?
Oh wow. Goodness. Okay, so I love Bambi.
Oh, Bambi, I've never seen that. I'm sorry.
It's just, I think it's because it was one that I grew up on and it's got all the animals and I love all the animals, but because I love those classics, but I love some of the newer ones too. I love, oh gosh, there's so many good ones. Aladdin, Aristocats.
How about a simplified favorite Disney princess or villain?
Well, a princess, I'm gonna have to go with Aurora Rose because that's my granddaughter.
I wouldn't do so.
Aurora Rose, yes. She's great.
She's so cute. I love her hair. I'm like, her hair is just so red. Like that's why I want it to be. That's why I'm trying to be like your. She's so cute. And then your grandson, just like.
He, bless his heart, I know he looks like he doesn't eat. Yeah. I was like, Jessica, he looks malnourished. Somebody feed that baby. Yeah, right. He is a chunk. He looks like a toddler. He is a linebacker. He is not even, and I guess because he's so big, like you expect him to just sit up, because he's just that big. But he's only like 3.5, 4 months old. Like he's not old enough yet.
What was his both weight? I guess that's right. What was like
10. Was he 10?
10?
Oh yeah, but he was smaller than Aurora. Aurora was bigger than he was. Yeah. Jessica gave birth to some big babies, and it's Brett's side of the family Brett was a big baby. I think he was 10 something.
Also genetic. They just bold. We're gonna get this genetics in. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They're cute. Shout out to them. I am so excited. Do you want more grandchildren?
Absolutely. Yes, all the grandchildren. They're so much fun. So much fun. Yes.
Because you get to have them and take them home. I mean, like send them home. That's why you don't gotta work.
You get to spoil them. You get to give them whatever they want and then send them home to mom and daddy.
You get to spoil them and feed them and love them and just be like, okay, here you go, bye. I don't have to wait.
That was fun. See y'all later.
See y'all later. In 2 weeks. Don't come back. That's so much. Okay, so next question I have for you, we're just gonna switch it out. What is your guiltiest pleasure? It could be general, it could be food, it could be reality TV, it could be whatever.
It's definitely food. Yes, I love to eat. I love food.
food
I
too.
love to eat. Big girl likes to eat. I don't need to. I need to push away from the table for a minute, but I don't. It's
I mean, it's a necessity. That's what it is to me. I'm like, this food. I need this to
well,
live.
I know it's food, but I don't need to eat every meal like it's Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah, well.
that over. Thank you. Thank you. What is like your favorite, like, I guess, cuisine, or like what's your favorite food? Or do you have something like, if it's there, I'm getting it?
I love crab legs.
Why
And
did
I
we get crab
make,
legs in Reno?
huh?
Why didn't we get crab legs in Reno? What, you like crab legs? I like crab.
Crab legs are my favorite because no, I have not found anyone. There's one place in Destin that does grilled crab legs, but nobody else. I make the best crab legs on the planet.
Oh, dude.
Anybody that has ever eaten my crab legs says they're the best they've ever had. And I make a mean crab leg. So when I usually don't get them anywhere because nobody knows how to make them as good as me. So I just wait till I'm at home and I can do it myself.
Was black and white or shade? She was like, nobody knows how to make them as good as me or something. That's just that. I'm the best. That's just it. That was too funny. Oh my goodness. I need to come down and get me some crab. That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
I love me some crab. Is it Snow King? Yeah.
I like a good snow. Yeah.
I like that too. I like when it's real nice and big. Oh, I can see myself just, okay.
Mhm.
I'm such a foodie. I love food. So it's like,
Okay.
say crab legs, I'm like,
Yeah.
woo!
And I love a good steak. And I like a filet, but my favorite is like a bone-in ribeye with some marbling. I want some fat that's got some flavor in it.
Okay, so I want a steak with marble and bone-in, ribeye, all of that, good cuts. Okay,
Yeah.
16 ounces. Stop playing with me and go ahead and.
Yeah. And it's gonna need to be cooked mid-rare.
Oh, yeah, I disagree. It gotta be dead. It gotta be all the way dead. Brown. I can't. Nah.
You eating shoe leather. I don't know what you having over there. It's gotta be dead.
I'm like, that got to be dead. Like, I be telling, they be like, how would you like to meet that? I'm like, dead. Like, what? Brown. Like, I don't see, that's alive when it's what I like. I cannot. I tried medium well steak, and I just feel like I'm chewing on ground beef from the grocery store. Like, the raw.
No, oh my.
I'm like, I cannot do it. Like, my mom loves medium well. And I understand the whole rule of like, you can't have your steak cooked well done. It's overcooked. It's gonna be chewy. Well, let me chew it. Because I can't do this. I'm such a texture person. I cannot, like bananas. Like this is
Right. And I get that. Like, me too. I love a banana, but I can't eat a mushy one. I got to eat a ripe one. Now my husband, he cannot do a mid-rare steak. He can't do a medium steak. He needs to have his well done, and but he doesn't want it burnt. And I'm like, well, that's crazy, but yeah.
You're talking about you're referring to Captain Cookie?
Captain Cookie, yeah.
Started to me the first time we were doing an interview at Connor. He was like Captain Cookie, and I'm like, who was Captain?
I'm good.
He was like, oh, my husband. I'm like, oh, okay.
He's a captain at the fire station in Jackson, Mississippi. And he's been fireman for 26 years, a long time.
So that's where he got his name from. Shout out to him. So when I come through,
yeah,
some well done steak with Captain Cookie and my snow crab legs.
Yeah.
Look forward to that. And I'll bring some mac and cheese or something. I don't know. I'm like, here that is. Okay, what it is.
Yes.
So cool. Awesome. So other than Captain Cookie, who is a celebrity crush that you have, that you may have now, that you may have then?
A celebrity crush? Oh my.
Like, oh wait, I've been married. I don't forgot.
Well, when I was younger, it was like Scott Baio. But that's kind of dating me.
That's not.
I really haven't had a celebrity crush since then. I mean, I know yours is Beyonce.
I mean, we're married at this point, so
Yeah, yeah, I'm married.
you know.
I love me some Denzel Washington.
Ooh, Denzel Washington. All right, no problem. Is he still acting?
Yeah, Denzel is like, he just oozes class. You never hear anything crazy about this man. He loves his family. He's really good at what he does.
He
And
really is. He's a legend. He's an icon. He can
yeah,
act. He can act.
yes, I love me some Denzel.
I was watching, was it Fences with Viola Davis? I was like, ooh, this is, I feel it. This is like real. Like, I don't know how people could do that and just get paid. I'm like, can I act and get paid? And I'm like, you can't imagine me. I need to just do that. That's just, oh my God. Okay, since we're still in the celebrity ring, as far as business, have you ever like made an order for a celebrity? And if not, who are like dream people that you want to make? Like if they hit your DMs and was like, I want you to make some Paw Patrol cookies.
I would have to no with the quickness. I have made cookies for 2 celebrities and an NFL player that I am not at liberty to talk about. But
NDA. It was NDA.
huh?
It was the NDA. You signed the NDA.
Yeah. I thought you said, are they in the NBA? I was like, no, in the NBA.
No. Not disclosed.
Yes, I did. So yes.
We'll talk about it after. I'm just So next question before we get into the next few topics, which I do want to talk about Cookie Life Network and also the deep conversation. So my last question for this session is something just out of the radar because you're such an artist, you know, you're very creative. So I wonder if you can figure out an answer for this. Very random. So in the world, reality, everywhere that you could think of in general, what would be much better appealing or, you know, attracting to the eye if you could change the color of that, whatever it is? I know that's probably like, ooh.
So you're asking me if I could change the color of something?
Yes, it would look more like appealing. What would it be?
Okay. But ships in the ocean, you know, they're usually gray. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I would like for them to be happy colors like yellows and red.
So we're just gonna have ships on the boat looking like SpongeBob. Just
Yes. Yes.
That because I'm just laughing because it's so funny. You thought you was like ships because they great. They look old. Make it happy.
I know you were probably looking for a deeper, more soulful answer.
No, it's fine. I'm not judging. That's the reason why I asked, because it was something that I literally just pulled out my ass. Like, because I was like, oh, let me see, because I wouldn't even know. I'm like, I don't know, make everything green because it remind me of money. I have no idea, but yeah, so that's an interesting approach. So thank you for that. So awesome. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk about what you have established within, I want to say the last year, which is the network called Cookie Life Network. So I want to go ahead and talk about it. What is it about? What you know, I know you do have like a YouTube channel, a Patreon. So I want to make sure that I market that out there for people out there watching that may not know what the heck Cookie Life Network is.
Right. Well, Cookie Life Network was started by Allison and myself. So Allison is Yuzu Yummies and the Vanillan, right? Allison and I had done collabs for about a year, and then we actually got to meet at the Dallas, same Cookie Con you and I met.
Yeah.
Dallas Cookie Con. And we spoke literally for about 5 minutes. We left there, we went back home, we continued to talk. And then one day we talked about the Cookie Life Network, and the next thing I know, an hour later, we're going live, telling the world about it. We have not, I mean, it was just like hit the ground running, and it was nonstop. The next thing I know, that was in October. We had the talk, we had in February is when we announced this.
Yes.
In March, not even 4 weeks later, we were vendors at CookieCon, hosting a mixer at CookieCon. Oh my gosh.
That was a blast, by the way.
It was nuts. It was a lot.
That was a hoot. Let me stop over.
It was a hoot. And I have yet to get out. I haven't even finished your episode. Like we had so much footage, and the Wi-Fi in there, all 11,000 people, like it was horrible. It was great, but audio and technical wise, it was a hot mess on our
It
end.
was a huge place. It was a casino hotel, right? So it was like,
Yes, the resort.
a lot going
Yeah.
on. So yes, I can only imagine
Yeah.
what you had to go through. It was fun though. I did enjoy my interview. Y'all
Yeah.
gave me some weird things to put in my mouth, some balls.
Yes, it
I
was
was
great.
like, okay, with what y'all got. Understand what's going on.
Right.
So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I do not remember what was said on that. I'm like, I don't even know what happened.
I know when I start editing them, it's like redoing the whole interview, because it's like I'd forgotten what everybody said, and I just sit there and laugh all day. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And then Allison, like I said, we were going full steam ahead, providing the news, and I don't think a lot of people realize that how long that takes. Like it's a full-time job just doing the news, because like on my news days, I can't do anything else. I can do nothing else but the news. And as I'm sure when you saw Jessica, because I was sick this week and she opted in and did the news, because Allison had to quit. And I understand she had she's got 2 little girls at home that are school-age children, and Allison, it takes up too much time, and family comes first. And so like, I don't think either one of us realized how much time this was going to take, and what all that was going to need to be done, so now I've just got it on my own, and I've got actually tomorrow's a news day, and I'll have an announcement tomorrow that I got a new announcement tomorrow. We're going to change some things up a little bit, but it's still going to be fun. It's still going to be bringing you the news, and it's yeah.
Is this what you got baking over there exclusive? You want to drop right?
I may or may not have hired some folks. Oh, we over here spilling tea.
But busy, unbothered. So that's basically what's happening over here.
Yeah, okay. Let's high five on that.
Okay, as far as the Cookie Life Network, as far as the duties that are applied, you have your YouTube channel, which you do conduct interviews on there as well. And then you have your Instagram page where you announce news and stuff about what's going on in the cookie community. Is it just cookies, or is it like baking community, or like what, is that just niche?
It has been just cookies, yes, but then there's the Patreon as well, where we have advertisers, and we have, as a matter of like, I just uploaded before I got on here with you. I uploaded a full cookie video,
like a tutorial.
To certain levels. We've got like 5 different levels, and you can choose there.
Levels. Okay. Yeah. So it's like a membership. The Patreon is a membership, exclusive content.
Right.
Well, what they may not see on social media or YouTube. It's like exclusive.
Yeah. Okay, so like the first level is the sprinkles, and it's $5 a month. So with that,
I thought that's so cute.
Yeah, the sprinkles. So if you're a sprinkle Patreon, then you get 2 cookie tags and 2 cookie cards a month. But like, so this is June, and I just uploaded. So I uploaded some back to school tags, which I like to stay ahead so that whatever videos I'm giving them and whatever tags or royal icing transfer sheets or whatever is trying to help you prepare for the upcoming season or whatever's you're about to have to bake.
Okay, cool, awesome. So that sounds really exciting. So if anybody that is interested in the Cookie Life Network, be sure to follow them. I'll put their information down there below. How can they reach out? Is just Instagram like at Cookie Life Network? Well,
Cookie Life Network, yeah.
just LYFE and the network. And
Yeah.
then subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. I'll put everything down in the description below.
Yeah.
I feel like a YouTuber. Oh my goodness.
Yes, don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, darling. And in the next 15 minutes. Okay, let me stop.
Get that bonus content.
It's gonna be a whole mess. Okay. Oh, and I actually, before we get into the second topic, I know we mentioned her a few times, but if you didn't, I didn't feel like finishing this interview without mentioning your daughter, your twin, like, or what I like to call it, Jessica from Cut It Out Cutters. She owns a cookie cutter company, which is amazing. I think I might have known about her company, but I don't think I was really like into it because there's so many cookie cutters out there, and I try to like support what I can, but it's like I don't need all these cookie cutters, but then I do, and I'm just like, but she got me hooked because I'm the type of person you gotta sell me like I'm on Shark Tank, you gotta do something. And the one thing she did was I shot her out, and she did a cookie cutter and named it after me. And I was like, her named after me, so I was like, she was the first one that did that. I was like, yeah, let me buy some. And then while I was on that, I was like, oh, this look good, that look good, this look good. So Jessica, shout out to you. You got amazing cookie cutters. So if you want to support her, information is in the link below. Definitely check her out. And also, speaking of the Cookie Life Network, because I did say I was gonna bring it up. When are you gonna hire Jessica to be part of the staff?
I already tried to hire her. Let me tell you what the little heifer said to me. She said she was one and done. And because she always gave me crap, she was like, Beth, it takes years. Why are you so old? She was like, it will only take me 30 minutes to do the news. Like, just give me the information. I'm like, I'm about to die over here, first of all. Second of all, it takes longer than you think. She was like, no, just give it to me. So when Jessica did the news the other day, I sent her the clippings already cut out and backgrounds erased and everything. Told her what to say, sent her the links, and it still took her 3 hours. And she's like, oh my God, I can't do anything else. I'm about to die. She was like, this news has sucked the life out of me. I will never do this again. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, So I was like, I know. I was like, I need you to keep doing it. The people love you. You're crazy.
Huh? Has the views gone up on the stories? Like, I was curious.
Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes. Jessica, I told her, but it's like, okay, so she's my kid, right? So it's like asking your kid to go do anything. Like, here, go to work for me for the day. So she's brought all the food. She's spinning around in the chair. She's acting crazy. It's like my kid went wild, and and she's crazy. She's just crazy. Yeah. But I love her. It works.
It was, and it was the clipboard for me.
And then I pop in the back of the clipboard.
Like, okay, order of business. Beth she's sick, so I'm just and
she comes in like
sliding.
I'm like, oh,
the commercial breaks, the music, she's just like that was funny. I was like, oh my God. Hilarious. So I was like, we need to start a petition and have Jessica work because
yes.
With marketing and advertising. I might have to do a marketing video for this podcast.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have a problem with Jessica coming back for the news.
Nobody will, but her.
Yeah, but Jessica. Yeah, right.
Like,
yes, right.
Yeah, so she's so much fun. I just love everything about it. And I was so recent. I was like, oh my God, I have to bring that up because that was
yes.
Amazing. I skipped the question, and I do need to ask this question.
What you got?
Because I could not believe, you almost got away. You almost got away. So we were on the live, the Instagram live, and you decided to drop some information.
Oh God, what did
that shook me. Oh, look at her. She's like, oh God, what did I say? Well, that pretty much brings up two questions in one, but we're gonna skip that first question, which is, what is something about you that people may not know, but the answer that you may say is not what I want you to say. I'm gonna skip that and be like, so you mentioned that you own a mortgage company and that you have a real estate license in Alabama. And I'm over here trying to figure out where did this come from? This is I remember you told me, I was just like, my face was like, because no one saw my face during that live. But when you said it, I was just like, did I hear that right? See, on a mortgage company. So where did that come from? Where did that come about? Real estate? Well, I'm trying to like imagine just a billboard of you with your picture just like this, you know, the houses in the back. Call me. I'll put them out.
I got you.
I'll be the thumbnail.
So that is where I owned a mortgage company while I was raising those children. It was, yes. And so I owned a mortgage company and had my real estate license at the same time. And also had a title company as well called Legalese. And so I closed loans for AmeriQuest, you know, where when you buy a home and you go to an attorney's office and they sit and close the loan for you. Well, I did that mobily for AmeriQuest. And in the state of Alabama, you don't have to have you don't have to be an attorney to close a mortgage loan.
Okay.
You do have to be a notary public. So I was a notary public and closed loans until I opened the mortgage company. Once I opened the mortgage company, then I'm trying to think when I got my license. My real estate license was, I think after about 4 years of owning the mortgage company, I got my real estate license. And yeah, that's what I did while those kids were growing up, was close mortgage loans. I hated it.
This is what I love right here, just giving people business and just hearing, like, I'm over here just like, forget this interview. I'm just like, tell me more. I'm like, that's amazing. Okay, so you said you hated it. So I guess that wasn't something that
it provided a wonderful living for my family, but it was not something that satisfied my creative artistic side that I could, start closing loans in your sleep.
It's paperwork. There's no color. It's just black and white, literally. Literally. So I understand. So is that something you're still doing now, or is that just put to the back burner? Oh, she quit. She said, nah, God.
No, none. No, I've been doing cookies full time this is going on year 4.
Oh, okay, good. Awesome. Well, happy anniversary. It's just something like that. That's all anything. And if you're good now, 4 years from now, it's going to be top notch, because her cookies are amazing, especially the painting videos that you're doing right now. I'm just in awe. That bell pepper. What else you did before I had egg? You posted the whiskey. I was like, oh my God, like, that's crazy. When are you going to be doing classes? People want to know.
Well, I'm doing classes in Patreon. So my highest tier Patreon is $50 a month, and I only take 15 people. And I go live once a month and do a full cookie video. So it's kind of like a cookie class every month, different cookie.
Awesome. So you heard it here. You want to learn from that? Sign up to that Patreon. That's really, really important. All right, awesome. So now we're going to get straight into the deep conversations. This is just the second part or portion topic of the interview, where there's going to be a different topic every episode. It could be controversial. It could be something that is either or, and we say our piece about it. And, that's just that. So Beth chose the topic, and the topic is called entrepreneurship or job, which is a better fit for you. Now, I guess I could just talk about the general part of it, and then I'll just give it to you, say your piece, and then I'll say my piece. And then we agree, disagree, or agree to disagree. And that's just that, it's all love. I'm gonna like the view, but anyway. So the way that I think about entrepreneurship or job, which is a better fit. So I'm thinking of like an average person who are, getting ready to work, and they want to know which one is a better fit for them, or just in general, like, all people need to be entrepreneurs, or do all people need to work at a job? Is jobs best for people, or is entrepreneurs better for people? which one is it? So I will give the floor to you, and I want you to tell me which one you think. I guess there's a two-part question. So which one is the best for you, and then which one is the best for people? I guess you're going to break it down, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So we'll start off with B, what's best for me.
Yes.
So what's best for me is clearly entrepreneurship. Not to say that I haven't had a job, I have. And it's pretty much the way I can explain it is I'm kind of like an old alley cat. You got to leave me outside. You cannot bring me in or I'm going to tear some shit up. You know what I mean? I cannot be put in a box. I cannot be made to walk in, punch a clock, and do the same things over and over every day. I can't do it. It's just not me. It's not who I am, but that's not for everyone. My husband has had the exact same job for 26 years and he does the exact, you know what I mean? Like, so he if you told him he had to go do something different, had to come up with something new, he'd just freak out. You know what I mean? It's not for everyone. For me, it is. I can remember a quick little story. Jessica, she was about 10-year-old Jessica. I can remember because I've always pretty much owned my own businesses, and it's with that comes challenges and rewards, and it's feast or famine, and it's, you know, it's not for everyone. You know, you have to get up every day and you have to put your best foot forward, and you have to make schedules, and you still have to go to work, and you still have to do things, and you still have to manage your time, and you still have to, you know, and I know what works for me. It works for me to get up and put on some makeup and actually put on real clothes and, you know, not walk around in my pajamas all day, because I can do that very easily. It only takes one day for me to fall off of that wagon and I'm like, oh yeah, you know. Yeah, right. So I remember 10-year-old Jessica come up to me in the kitchen. I can remember where I was standing, and she looked at me and she was like, why can't you just get a real job like everybody else? And I said, do huh? But as a child, she saw the different struggles. She saw the feast. She saw the famine. She saw, you know, I mean, there was nothing that she had that I wasn't able to attend. There was no, you know, so she saw its benefits and she saw its, you know, its struggles as well. And as one of the most rewarding things was as a young adult and as a young businesswoman herself, because Jessica is a boss babe. She handles the role of wife, mom, and business owner like a champ. And she does circles around me. You know what I mean? Like, but it's, and I can remember her coming to me going like, I know, like, I cannot believe I even remotely said like, why don't you just get a real job? Like, nobody wants a real job.
I was gonna say, did you ask her that now? Like,
yeah, oh, she knows. Oh, yes, we've had that conversation. And she's also come to me with like, oh my God, I know why we ate the same 6 meals. Who's got time to come up with something new? She'll call me door. Yeah, like
it smacked it in the face. So it's like, nah, yes, I totally understand. Yes.
So I think to answer your question, I think entrepreneurship for me, and then I think that's what makes this world so great, is that we're so diverse, and there's some people that are and some people that aren't, and it's not for everybody, you know?
Right. And I completely agree. I agree 100%. I'm waiting. I know what episode I'm like, disagree. Now, let me tell you what. But yes, I totally agree. I feel like for me, I worked 7 jobs ever since I was 16. Each job I've had, except maybe 2 of them, I've had management or issues with management. And it wasn't because of me, it's because of them. They always had some sort of like jealousy, I want to say. Because every time, like, I'm a hard worker. Like, when I work, I make sure that everything is done. I'm a Sagittarius, so I want everything to be perfect. I'm gonna jump in and do what I need to do. I worked at Whataburger. That was my first fast food job. I went from a French fry cook to the grill in like 2 days because they asked me to assemble a burger. I'm like, okay, like, I eat this every day. This ain't hard. I can do this, no problem. So I like elevate really quickly, and I feel like the way that I move, it what is that word? Like, it scares people. Like, it scares, especially management, because they think that I'm working up to the level and they think that I'm going to take their position. And I'm like, I don't want your position. Like, even though I'm working, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur since I was 6. So it's like, don't think, you know, and it's not no shade to a lot of people who work the job, you know, if that works for you, but that's just not what works for me. And I feel like going through the issues of management and not having a fair chance of enjoying my job killed that passion to work for anyone. So I'm just like, I can't do this. I gotta work for me, because a lot of times, you know, I have a vision and a lot of people can't see my vision. So I have to do it myself or do it myself. So I'm okay with being an entrepreneur, because a lot of that portrays into, you know, you got to do a lot of things yourself. Now, when you grow and expand, yes, you're gonna have to hire people, and I'm working on that. But I totally agree with this. I feel like I am made as an entrepreneur, and then for everyone else, do what works for you. Each thing has its own perks and struggles. Like we said, there's pros, like, let's see, being an entrepreneur, you're able to be your own boss. You can be creative as much as you want because it's your own company. What else? You can be as happy as you want.
Yeah.
Like, some people, they just don't want that. I have my sister, I'm like trying to get her to sell products. Like, she loves lip gloss. I'm like, you should start a lip gloss company. She's like, Malek, I'm not, that's not what I want to do. And it took me a minute to understand that, because I'm not looking at it as, you know, that's what she really don't want to do. I'm looking at it like, God, it's like, I'm looking at it as Malek, not my sister. So it's like, I have to really understand, like, okay, there are people that are really like not made for this. There is a purpose for everybody on this earth. If your purpose in life is to be a cashier at McDonald's, that's your purpose. That's fine, no problem. And it's most of the time it's temporary. It's not always, you know, because you never know. Everybody's going through something, and the way that gas is going up right now, you know, you gotta get what you gotta get to do what you gotta do. And there's people who have families that they gotta feed. So it's like, sometimes you gotta like hop on something and do. So I totally understand what you meant by just understanding like the reality of like, you know, you have to do what you have to do. But you know, I just feel like each one had its perks. Entrepreneurs, I said that. Jobs, let's see, what's the pros for that? I guess I would say it provides security, because you know you'll have money coming in. You know, entrepreneurs, we always working, at least with a job, you know, you're making 8 hours a day at least, or, you know, however many hours you're making. Entrepreneurs, we don't get paid. We're working way more than a job to get the amount of pay that they get. What else? You have responsibilities. You know, and there's
wear all the hats. I mean,
yeah. So I just feel like, just do what is best for you. And I picked this topic because I get this question a lot, where people are like, is entrepreneurship the best, or is it a good step for me, or is it for me? And I'm like, I don't know what you like or don't like, but I can tell you what it has helped me do. Like, I'm able to have more time to do what I need to do. You know, and I'm sure you can say the same, you know, with everything that you've done, but I think that's why I want to talk about controversial topics like this, because it's based off of questions that people may have, and then, you know, people who look up to you, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that look up to you, you know what I'm saying? That they will love to hear that, because they really be asking me, and I'm like, oh, it's just that. And sometimes whatever I say would give them the answer, so that's why I had brought it up. So it's just like, you know, so I just feel like there's no right or wrong way to go about it. As long as you're like, I guess, accountable. You have to be accountable both ways. I will say that. I feel like entrepreneurship, you have to be way more accountable, because I'm sure you gotta get up. You gotta be ready to get up. I know I'll be in bed like, I don't want to do nothing to that. But I know if I don't do anything, I ain't getting paid. And if I ain't getting paid, then these bills ain't gonna get paid. And I ain't got time for stuff to not, you know, go up. So it's a lot more work, but you know. So we're both entrepreneurs. Let's do another half hour again. So yeah, so that's good. So that's basically the end of that deep conversation. We'll have some more controversial topics on the next episode. We're going to be talking about, have you seen that text message thing situation? I got a lot to say about it. Yeah. I'm talking about next. That's because I'm like, and that I'm gonna have to use a lot of bleep for that episode, because Lord, I'm gonna be like, who are you to be the child? So yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, so that's the end of that, and now we're gonna move on to two more things before we end, and I don't want to end. Okay, so now it's time for another segment that I'm gonna have it almost close to the end of every episode, and it's called the Creator Shout Out, where I'm gonna have my guests choose one person that they admire, that are killing the game in the social media world or the business world, that they want to shout out, and just talk all about them. And I would love to know who you chose for today's episode, the premiere. It's an exclusive. So Beth, who have you chose for today's Creator Shout Out?
It's really not a surprise. It's my daughter.
I know it's not. I know it's not. Tell more about it. Why not?
It's Jessica.
Yeah.
It's my cut it out cutter child. I mean, because she's great. She is literally like killing it. I mean, she really is, and she works so hard, but yet she is still such a good mom and a good wife, and she's just a hard worker, and she is totally killing it. She inspires me.
I just love her like drive to get everything done, to have two kids, a husband, herself. She takes care of 4 people. Well, not taking care of her husband, you know, like the household basically. I'm sure she's doing household chores. Then to leave the house, to go to work, deal with that, and I've seen so much. I don't want to say drama, but so much thing going on as far as like customer orders and stuff. So she has to deal with that, and then social media, and then I know.
And Jessica doesn't. I like. Jessica has this. Jessica does not care what people think about her. Like, it's a great quality to have, but I tell her at times, like, you're a little scary, sister, because I mean, Jessica would just cut you just as soon as argue with you. Like, she's always been a leader, and she's always been this way. I mean, I can remember walking to the house and her having poor Reese, which is her little brother, and 4 of his friends in there, and she's making them do school. I mean, she's got them lined up, honey. I mean, she's been the boss for a while.
Yeah,
you know?
that's good. That's good, especially for females. Like, I love females who are boss women. There's something about a woman that's wearing like a pantsuit. I'm like, like, order me to do something. I will file paperwork. What you need? Like, oh my God, I would do your emails. Like, I just love that, because that is like killing the stereotype that we've been used to how many over the years, even though I always say woman is the blueprint.
Barefoot and pregnant at home.
Woman. So, shout out to women everywhere. So I love seeing hardworking women, especially Jessica, and yourself. I'm gonna add you in there as well, because you come in the game as well. You know what I'm saying? And I do love your work and everything. So that's really good. I love it. Oh my God, somebody won't get emotional. Why, Jessica? All right, so now we're going to close the interview with one last question that I want everyone to answer. Just, you know, if you have any insight or anything or advice, what is a piece of advice that you would like to give to someone in our baking community, or it could just be in general as well?
The best advice that I could give is, don't compare your journey to anybody else's. And it's hard not to do that in this social media just crap, you know, but you look at social media like it's a great business platform that we have for free to help our businesses. But at the same time, your journey is your journey. And I always tell people, just enjoy your journey, embrace the people that you meet along the way and the things that you learn, because that's the good stuff. It's not actually getting to the end. It's all that good stuff in the middle, all the people, crazy people you get to meet, like you and I, and all the friendships that you make. And it's your journey, it's yours, and you can't compare it to anybody else's, because, you know, yours is yours.
Ditto. Dear Tara, oh my goodness. I love that so much because I don't think I've ever had to, we all compare, we do, but it's about the strength of how much you're like focused on that. Because you can always look and be inspired, but some people always just dwell on that and be like, oh, I wish. And it's like, no, like everybody has, my philosophy is like, you have your path. Everyone has their own walking path. You cannot step off your own walking path to walk on someone else's walking path because you don't know where they come from, you don't know what they did. You're not going to be able to handle what they, had. Everyone is strong, but it's the amount of strength that we all have that we can't handle other people, and we can't imagine, what made them the people that they are. So I always say, don't look at other people's storyline, focus on yours. It will have a great, happy ending. We all do. Even though we will have some shit that we go through, it's just, it's always gonna end bittersweet. So that's really a great piece of advice that you brought up. Oh my God, that was so bad. And now I'm sad because it literally says on my notes end, and I don't want it to end. So
I can't thank you enough for allowing me to be on your premiere episode. I wish you all the best. I love you dearly, and I can't wait to see you again at CookieCon. Are you going?
I'm going, but I'm hoping that I'm gonna have to bleep this, but
well, I'll see you before then. I'm going to see you in October at the Brown Sugar Cookie Retreat.
Right, you will see me. We will see each other. You and Allison are coming, right? Or is Allison?
No, she's coming. We're staying together, and she's helping me with Cookie Life.
I'm coming to Houston. Oh yeah, we gotta go to Whataburger. We gotta do something. Popeyes, I don't know, something. Crab legs. Oh, we got a lot of crab legs.
Ooh, yeah.
So yes, I cannot wait to see you then. That would be so amazing. And again, thank you so much for taking the time on here. I love you so much. I love you for time. The premiere episode was big, so I got what I needed. So once again, please follow Beth at the Vanillan or follow the Cookie Life Network to get all exclusive access to her classes or any tips and tricks in the cookie community. So make sure you go click down there below. And thank you so much for coming out here. I am so excited. And premiere episode, the first of many episodes. So we're gonna have so many more other guests. I cannot wait to reveal it. The trailer gonna be lit. That's all I know. That's all I know. I'm like, so stay tuned. It's gonna be lit like that. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and log off now. So we'll see you later and see you on the next episode. All right. So bye. And make sure you subscribe.
Bye.